Hi. It's been a while. We're here. By the way, firstly, yes, that is my own podcast open on Spotify. Because if you can't plug yourself, who else is gonna plug? Hi, it's been a while. The last video I put up was quite a heavy one, and you need to just let these things settle. You know, there's no point in, I said in that video, if you didn't watch it, it was one about suicide awareness and whatever. In that I talked about how I had planned on making a different video that day, and then the mood just took me to talk about that subject, and that it would have been literal lies if I had just continued on and like put on a brave face and filmed a different video. And that kind of would have been the same with regards to if I filmed a video between then and now, because I've been kind of going through it. I'm in a very transitional period currently because yeah, I started college, hence a notepad here. Also, I thought these might make me look more studious. It's a dumb stereotype anyway. I'll keep these here though because I do love wearing glasses as hairbands. I always do this thing where it will be a really sunny day and I'll be like, oh god, the sun, it burns. And Steve's like, there's sunglasses on your head. And I'm like, yeah. And that's where they're staying because I did my hair today. And by did my hair, I mean, that's what they're for. Not to protect me from the sun, you crazy man. This is just going to be a chatty vlog. I'd like to talk, I feel, about going back to college and what that involves and what that feels like when you go back as a mature student. As you all know, maturity, that's my middle name. Tara Michelle Maturity Murray. TMMM, that's me. I can't put a fucking bottle cap on. And I want a degree. We should start with the basics. No, I just wanted to talk about going back to college. It's been an interesting experience. Listen, it's really funny because I'm only 24, okay? I'm not fucking Gandalf the Grey. Despite the fact I do have grey hair now. Can you see the, oh yeah, you can. Look at that. I'm hoping it actually grows as a, like a cool stripe. So maybe I'll ask my hairdresser to just not touch that, because that's class. But anyway, I'm not Gandalf the Grey, okay? I'm not the wisest wizard of them all. However, it is funny because like the difference I feel between myself and the school leaver age people is huge. And I'm not trying to like come across like, oh, you're little babies, oh, look at you all, you're only young. But at the same time, I know what I was like at that age. It's a whole different fucking ballgame. Working life humbles you. Working full-time jobs, and I feel as well, working jobs that you know in your heart are not what you want to be doing forever, they fucking humble you. And I've wanted to go back to college for a long time, but life has a way of just pushing stuff, well, I was going to say pushing stuff out of your way, but realistically pushing stuff into your way when you're ready for them. So like technically last year I could have went back to college as a mature student that is 23 years old. And I actually got accepted to a private college last year, and the only thing that stopped me was I wasn't driving at the time, and I looked up the bus times and I was never going to get there on time to the college. So I ended up emailing them saying, look, I'm going to miss so much class time just trying to get there, which is so funny because obviously now no one goes physically to their college anymore, so that was a hilarious reason for me to not accept it. But anyway, turned out to be much better because even just a year more I'm like, oh, now I'm ready for it. Like, I was ready. I could have started, but now I'm fully ready. I'm committed. And, you know, again, not to belittle anyone doing the course who might be a school leaver, but you fucking know you're in the right place because you've made this like massive decision. You're used to the full-time work. You're used to getting that wage. You're used to just working life. And then to make the decision to go back to a kind of studying lifestyle and everything is huge. And I have this great feeling recently of just like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm learning what I need to be learning. I'm ready to actually learn and take it in. So it's good. It's so good. As I said, it's no small feat to decide to come back, especially when you get so used to your own little comfort zone. You know, you might know, yeah, I'd like to go back or whatever, but it's so easy to get used to your regular income and everything. It's a massive change. Also, yeah, not just money-wise, but like people-wise, you know, you're used to your people in work. You probably have your friend group in there, or you get on with them all if you're lucky enough. You know, you're in that groove. And as well, it's kind of funny because I don't know if this is everyone's case, but as I get older, I'm just so settled in my friends. Like, I've really whittled out who's a good friend and who isn't. It's like, you know, it's fucking not easy. As you go through life, you just realize who clicks with you and who doesn't. And you arrive at a point where you're like, oh, my core people are really good now. And then college is like all about mingling and making friends. And then as a mature student, you're like, oh, I actually have that all figured out. So I'm okay. But it actually isn't the case then, because I am enjoying meeting new people. It is good. It's just kind of scary because you have it sorted out. I know who my friends are. That's it. I don't need any more. I don't need any more friends. Okay? I have enough. But there's always room for more. This is about 9 minutes into the video, but I probably should put this at the start of the video because I literally went on a tangent and then realized I have not mentioned what course I'm doing at all. So I'm doing psychology, an arts degree in psychology. And I'm very excited about that for obvious reasons. If you watch any videos on this channel, you know I'm very passionate about talking about mental health and things like that. I'm excited to be on the road to maybe becoming some sort of a professional. It's crazy, really, to think about. I think it's funny as well with regards to college that, like, no matter where you are in it, you always feel like you're the one in the wrong place. And this is true in general of life, I feel, anyway. But, like, when I was, after leaving school, I worked full-time straight away. Well, I did a course, but I failed it and it was a nightmare. So I kind of went off college for a little while. I was like, I'm not into it, I'll just start working. So I started working, and I had people who were in college be like, oh my God, you did the right thing, like you're building up experience and you have money and you're able to do things now. And I'm looking at them going, God, I wish I had a qualification in something. I wish I had, you know, a fucking clue of what I want to do. Because at that time, I hadn't realized yet that it was psychology that I wanted to do. I just felt like I was floating along. It gets like that when you're working all the time and it's just a job that just pays the bills. Which, by the way, sometimes is all anyone wants, right? There are people out there who do not give a fuck what they're working as. Their goals are different. Their goals might be family, or they might be their hobby, or they might not give a monkey's what their job is, and they can just live that way and absolutely flourish and do amazing things. I found I was just really constantly going, is this all I have? I'm just working. I'm just working to survive, basically. I'm not passionate about these things. I'm not interested in them. And I found it really hard for a long time. I constantly had that feeling. And I left a few jobs that were perfectly fine jobs. Like, they were good, and I got on with everyone. There was no problem with the job. But I'd leave as a kind of just needing a change thing. And look, we have to go through those stages. Like, I left a few jobs, did a lot of different things, got a lot of experiences out of it. And eventually, you come full circle, and I came to a point where I was like, oh wow, I now know what I want to do. And it's funny because at the time I was so incredibly frustrated that I didn't know what I wanted to do, that I probably, it would have been easy for me to just make a rash decision and just decide to go back and do this or whatever, anything, some random subject. And I'm so glad that didn't happen, because it took all that change and me going through a lot of things during that time for me to realize psychology was the one for me. And that's not just relevant to if it's psychology. That happens to people where, time is the real thing that will make everything clearer. So I'm so glad for that time now that seemed like just fucking turmoil. Let's look up turmoil, shall we? Turmoil. I think that's like inner struggle. A state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. Oh yeah, because you'd say inner turmoil. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so that was definitely how that felt during that time. Just very... I keep thinking of words. I keep going to say words and then not knowing what they actually mean properly. Tumultuous. Tumultuous. Oh yeah, making an uproar or loud, confused noise. But then it also says excited, confused, or disorderly. Oh, I suppose confused and disorderly, a tumultuous time. Yeah, okay, is that right? Who knows? What you call it? Yeah, it was just a crazy time for me. And at the time I was like, get me out of this. And yeah, I'm glad I'm out of it now. But I also can look back and really appreciate that. You just need that time where you just don't know what the fuck is going on. I was actually just talking to my friend yesterday about how, like, it's so funny that none of us actually know what's going on. Like, there would have been a time where I was looking at people in college and they were all graduating, and I was like, oh my god, they all have it figured out. And they're looking at me going, at least she's working and she's getting paid for it and she's getting some experience. I have this degree, I don't even know if I want to fucking do anything with it. And then there's people traveling who are like, looking at us going, God, I wish I had settled and maybe done a course, or maybe, I'd be further along in my situation now. And then there's people looking at people that are traveling going, wow, I wish I had the freedom to do that. Guess what? Listen up. Come here. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. None of us have it down. None of us have it all figured out. You just need to do whatever is right for you. I need to do whatever is right for me. We all get along. It's great. No, I feel good. I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to be learning. It's so funny. It's like the opposite to how I was in school. I was completely like, just didn't give a fuck, frankly. Did not give a frick. And now I'm so excited. I'm like getting excited about making notes and stupid stuff like that, because it's been so long since I've had to learn anything. Watch that rapidly fade as like a couple of weeks in even. I was going to say like second year or third year, but watch by Christmas me be like completely over it. But no, it's good. It's good to be back. If anyone is thinking of going back to college, I would highly recommend it. But I also would say to you, if you're not sure yet, give it time, okay? There's no panic. So yeah, if you're thinking about going back to college, I would say, if you know what you want to do, go for it. Yeah, it's scary. It's been a while probably since you were in school, because even for me, it hasn't been a crazy amount of time, and I still absolutely felt intimidated going back. So I would be saying to anyone who like maybe has left school 10, 20, 30 years, maybe even more, I get it because I only left school 6 years ago, and it was absolutely intimidating to me to think about going back to college. But so worth it. I'm so happy I did. And yeah, I'm ready to learn. So where does that leave our beautiful videos? It leaves them in good hands, actually. I really thought that college was going to be like 9 to 5 crazy hours a week. I also then still need to have a job. So that's kind of the weekend or whatever. So I thought videos and podcasts were going to be put on the back burner for a while, but it turns out I have a lot more time than I thought. So we'll try get a video in each week. If not a video, a podcast. I might not do 2 of them in the 1 week. It probably realistically is too much of a crazy goal. Well, maybe not now, but as I start having assignments and things like that, it's going to be a whole thing. So I just wanted to pop on, have this chat, and yeah, update you on that. I'm a studious student now. Just don't even bother talking to me unless you have a degree, okay? Fuck. I'm much too good to be talking to you now, okay? I'm talking so much shit that the deaf cat that we have just turned around and looked at me as if to say, shut up. Did I talk about much here? Did I make any point that I solidly finished? Who knows? And I won't know until I edit the video, so that's unfortunate. Let's just take a deep breath here now for a second, okay? We'll get there when we're meant to get there, okay? It's really annoying. It's like, I hear ya. It's really annoying when people are like, you're in the middle of tumultuous times, okay? You're suffering with your inner turmoil. And, you know, you're going through it and someone's like, what's for you won't pass you. It's like, please. Please now. Stop. But it actually is true. So if you're not sure what the fuck is going on right now, I'm afraid that's okay. And I'm also afraid that you're gonna have to just wade through that. And then one day you'll be that person. Because you'll be, you know, you'll have hindsight. Everything will have worked out at this point. And you'll be looking back going, what's for you won't pass you. And then you'll say it to someone else and you'll see it in their eyes where they're just like, shut the fuck up. Guys, it's been a pleasure catching up. Thank you for listening if you did. I don't know if this video even made sense, if there was a full circle moment. Did we learn anything? Probably not. We just learned I'm in college now. Thanks for listening though if you did. And I'll see you next week.